I'm gonna try to extend it a little bit and make it a little taller and a little more of a platform so I can get some bigger solar panels up here eventually. Yesterday I did some welding on this Bimini frame. Really still just sizing up what I'm gonna do with it. All right, I got a version, but I think it looks stupid. As you guys know, I'm a welder. This is one of our favorite tools, the handheld bandsaw. It looks fast on the screen. We're not going fast at all. The engine is not running great and we have a lot of fuel, so. Hello, welcome to Sailing Solé. My name is Andy and this is not my Catalina 30 sailboat. Here's Misty, she's making some barbecue for us. In this episode, we are gonna talk about the new Bimini frame, and I got a new dinghy. You saw what happened in the last one. And spoiler alert, I'm not that satisfied with the new dinghy, but we will get to that later. Anyways, I'm making a new Bimini frame so that I can put new canvas on it because the canvas was all worn out. So let's get to that, and then I'll show you a little bit of just a little test drive on the dinghy. But yeah, that dinghy, I don't know. Anyways, let's get after it. Hello sailors, my name's Andy and this is my wife Misty. A few years ago, we bought an old, neglected sailboat for $3,500 bucks, and I've been working on it ever since. I literally learned how to sail on YouTube, but later we both took some lessons. I used to think that sailing was only for rich people. It's not. I used to also think that you had to sail around the world to have fun. You don't. Click subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and join us, and we'll show you how much fun you can have coastal cruising on a cheap sailboat. Welcome to Sailing Solé. New episodes every 2 weeks on Sunday morning. I got tons of these. I'm not sure why I bought so many in the beginning. I just didn't know what I was doing. And I just bought all sorts of fittings. I've had these sitting in the boat for a long time. This is a cool one. This one is a T, but it's like a clamshell. So it can wrap over it and be a T. So there's a hinge right here. Anyways, got a bunch of these, different angles for different things. Got a bunch in here too. A little bit of extra stainless. And I've got like a probably like a 10-foot piece on the boat. I mean, on my truck. All right, so I got all this stuff here right now. Got my Bimini frame, and I have extended these by 14 inches. I welded them on. Okay, I came to the boat because I want to take my Bimini off, and I'm gonna try to extend it a little bit and make it a little taller and a little more of a platform so I can get some bigger solar panels up here eventually. But most importantly, I wanted to get the canvas redone on this, and I don't want to do it at this size because it's a little small. It's just right on top of my head when I stand there, which is cool. It's nice to have it, and I like it being as low as possible, but it's literally just right on my head. So I'm gonna have it go up maybe 4 inches, and then I'll make it a little deeper, you know, fore and aft wise, so that I can have a little bit bigger solar panels up there. So let's get this guy taken off and see if I can do it. I'm under a little bit of pressure because I'm supposed to be to work right now, but I had a bid here in Seal Beach, and I figured come and grab the sucker because I've been practicing my TIG welding, and I really want to try to extend this, and it's a perfect thing for me to practice on. Okay, so I came here to do a little bit of polish work. Yesterday I did some welding on this Bimini frame. I wanted to extend up my Bimini, make it a little taller because it's, like I said, it's right on my head, so make it up a little bit. So I extended these out and welded them on. You can see here's my weld. It's not the best, but I also polished that. I should have filmed it. Didn't even cross my mind because I was in a hurry. But I came here today to polish this. Now, even though it's mechanically polished, and it looks pretty good because I mechanically polished it, I still was gonna do the electro polish, which is supposed to bring the chromium closer to the surface, help it not rust. In my experience, if you get the stainless a little too hot, it will still begin to tarnish and turn colors in the marine environment. And with my level of TIG welding, I'm pretty sure that I did get the metal a little too hot, so I wanted to electro polish it to help it not rust. So yes, it does look pretty good. These are the fittings that were actually used originally. And by original, I mean when I took the BIMINI off, I was already using that stuff. So those are the little straps. Then I've got all these fittings, this, and a little extra stainless. And what I want to do is I want to try to frame it out where, you know, I want to do an example of the frame. I want to see what it's going to be like before I weld anything up. So I'm just going to kind of mock it up and get some ideas. I don't know exactly what I'm doing as far as, because I want to change the shape of it, I think, this time. Try to make it a little more rigid, a little more suitable for solar panels to go on it. And I'm thinking possibly of fabricating some davits, because I just bought a new dinghy today, a West Marine Rib 260. It's the 8.5 foot hard bottom. So we'll be testing that thing out too, doing some reviews on that bad boy. We'll test it with the trolling motor and with my Mercury 3.5. So that's my 3.5 horse, but I put the little kit in it that makes it a 5.5 horse. So we'll see if we can get up on plane with that. Hopefully we can. I don't really want to buy a new motor, but I really want a plane. I want to go fast and explore around Catalina. Anyways, let's mess around with this this BIMINI frame and see if we can get a mock-up of something that's going to be better than what we had before. A little bit taller, a little bit deeper. I keep saying wider, not wider, deeper for more solar. But I have this boom to contend with, so there's only so much distance between the boom and where the BIMINI will end. You know, here's my helm. I want to be in the shade, so I want to bring it forward. Just lots to think about. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm trying to figure out the fittings I need to use, and some of these older ones, the little Allen bolt that goes in there is seized from just corrosion being in the marine environment. So I'm just trying to get all my right fittings set up. You take the long frame and it goes backwards, and then the shorter frame goes on the long frame and comes forward. So we'll figure that out. Might need some bushings or something in there. This one's not as... This old one is a little thicker. All right, I'm back at it. So we're gonna continue on with this BIMINI project. Really, still just sizing up what I'm gonna do with it. So I got a little bit of progress last time I was here, day before yesterday, and now we're gonna just keep going. So one of the things I was thinking, I priced some stainless, and I'm thinking of maybe designing a complete whole different setup that doesn't rely so much on the weight, you know, putting the weight on this existing stern rail. This existing stern rail isn't the most sturdy rail. It's okay, but it's not super stout. There's 4 anchor points to the whole thing on 1 inch, probably 16 gauge stainless steel. So it's not like I'm gonna hang davits and solar array and everything off that. You know, I did have my Bimini on it. But anyways, I think I might just design something different with like maybe 4 legs that go up and not tied to this, and then kind of like a top that's more almost like those tops you see on the center consoles. I thought that'd be kind of cool to have a little bit more of a flat top, and it wouldn't be, you know, you could actually put a hard top on it if you wanted to. I don't know, I'm all undecided. Anyways, I'm gonna draw it out and see if I like that idea. But anyways, let's see if we could make this one work since we have this. So you see my, nope, that's not a weld. This is a weld. Not sure what that is. Just a scratch. My weld is right here. Here we go. All right, I got a version, but I think it looks stupid. I think this looks stupid. So big. It's huge. I really liked how my old one was kind of small, and I don't know. Call me dumb, but I want it to look good also. And I thought the old one looked pretty cool. Something had a certain little toughness to it that I liked. This just looks like everything else. So I don't want it to be that tall. It's way too tall. And what I did is I welded 14 inches extensions on both frames arbitrarily. So what I'm gonna do right now is, if you see that piece of blue tape up here, right here, that is an approximation of about, I don't know, 6'4" or something if you're standing in the cockpit, and that's the clearance. Even that might be too much. I don't know if I want it to be that high, because like I said, I like it to be I want it to be as low as possible, but not too low. It's a fine line for me. And so I'm gonna cut 6 inches off. We're gonna take 6 inches off here and see where that rests on that tape. And I probably wasted some stainless. So I'm gonna cut 6 inches off, see where that lays. And then I might cut 8 inches off. I don't know. I guess 2 inches isn't usable. My other problem is this. I wanted to, because I welded on arbitrary extensions 14 inches. Let's cut 6 inches off of this thing. I want to put tape around this before I cut and see if that helps make a nicer clean cut. So now we'll go 6 inches. And what I like to do is you take $1. Money works pretty well for it. You put it around on your mark. And if you line up the dollar with itself to where it's all not overlapping or anything, it's just nice and straight like that, then you can draw around the end and have a nice line to follow that goes all the way around, and it'll be it'll be square. It'll be a 90 degree. Try to eyeball this, it will not be 90 degrees, a 90 degree cut. Now I've got a nice line. As you guys know, I'm a welder. This is one of our favorite tools, the handheld bandsaw. Love this thing. We use this thing all the time. It's a lifesaver. When I'm trying to avoid here is when this falls off, it bouncing in the water. All right, a little box under it. Might make it worse if it hits the side of the box. We'll see. I knew there was a reason I had this little baby file. All right, one down. Two cuts. Let's see if it worked. There's the cut. Nice and straight. You son of a biscuit. I just watched one of my little Allen bolts go in the water. Oh boy, one's missing off of this too. Well, that sits pretty close to where I wanted it. Here's one, but the other one went in. Dang it. All right. As you can see, I'm in a new dinghy. This is the West Marine Rib 260. I am getting soaked. It is super choppy. This little dinghy and little motor is not doing very well. I should have my BFD on. It looks fast on the screen. We're not going fast at all. So a minute ago I just stopped and put fuel in it because it seemed like it was going to die. And the engine is not running great and we have a lot of fuel, so this could turn into a dilemma. But right now I got the choke halfway pulled out and it seems to be running okay. We're still only going about 4 knots against this wind. Terrible speed. It's taken me, I don't know, 30 minutes or 40 minutes to get over here to Island White from Alamitos Bay. Not too impressed with the speed. I don't know what to say, but we're gonna stay positive for now. You know, it's a lot of wind. I think we're about 15 knots of headwind. So I'm rolling up on Ron, and Mark grabbed a mooring over here at Island White. Probably should have brought Stoked instead of this. A little more reliable, but I don't know. Just silly decisions, bad decisions. Trying to test this thing out, see how long it would take, but now I know she's still slow.